Yo everybody, Sir Conver here for you with yet another weekly benchmark video. 1 second. Okay. I'm not as tired as I usually have been, but maybe that's because I slept 12 hours the previous day. Today, however, I've slept no hours, and as a result, I am having trouble concentrating. However, I don't feel like dead or nothing, so at least there's that. At least there's that. I was thinking of uploading this video yesterday, but you know, why not today? You know what I'm saying? What was I gonna do? Oh yes. 1 second. Okay, so it's been a trying week. I think I said last week, I failed the streak. Or maybe I didn't, because today is currently the 11th day. No, if it's the 11th day, it should have been the 3rd day, which means I clearly failed the event by then. Yes. Anyhow, I did do some routine patchwork on myself. Not necessarily what was required, and I'm super behind schedule. And I'm just now starting to, make a video even though I'm behind, and I've gained quite a bit of weight. However, besides that, I'm doing pretty well for myself, I gotta say. It's all part of the daily thing, and as they say, this is fine. Yeah. I don't know. Panic Basket really does symbolize the times. Also, tomorrow, I owe 2 drawings. I said to myself, today I had, 24 hours in between drawings to do something. So maybe I should have started on my second drawing ahead of time so I wouldn't be in the perpetual state where I have to rush it. However, that did not come to fruition, and as a result, I am quite behind schedule in all respects. It says to be seen, at least I sound somewhat mentally here, for the most part. Will I remain to be the consistent standard? Probably not, as time goes on, to say the least. I am somewhat subsisting on a beer right now. I had a beer because I watched some anime. I watched Zom 100 episode 2, and Zom 100 episode 2 was all about beer. So I was like, you know what? Let's try some beer. So I got some beer. I got single Sapporo beer, and I drank it. Because I am of legal age. I am 24 years old as of the recording of this video. I think. I'm pretty sure. Anyhow. If only I was younger. I could be a better artist. Could have dedicated more time to being an artist. All those kind of things. However, it is what it is. And at least you're drawing right now, so let's get into the drawing section. As I say, as I try to reorganize my hair for the 5th time. Anyhow. You probably saw 003. I felt like I did pretty okay with it. It got 2 likes. Pretty astounding. Ample Frolic. My hair is supposed to be a pompadour, but it never really is. I just kind of swick it back. If only I could actually have the time and the effort and the wherewithal to heat up my iron and then just go to town and then like pull it up and all that. That would be nice. However, I just can't at the moment. And also I have a tendency to scratch my head. Oh, it's kind of harder than you would think. Ambivalent rest. This was the weekly gal for the week. I really did try. I do feel like the head was a bit too wide instead of just right. Also, the fact that MetaWare characters do not have eyes may also be an off-putting thing to my Discord. However, when I show you this week's weekly gal drawing, it's not going to be much better because even if he has eyes, I still feel like this was the better drawing of the two. I feel like I did pretty well. I was kind of tired from that drawing, so I went for a very simplistic rough draft kind of multiple edits kind of fairy this time around. Probably gonna do the same thing tomorrow for the weekly fairy. Yeah. Unfortunate luck, I just ran out of time here. I could have done more. However, with the time I had and the resources I allocated, I feel, and the amount of sleep I had, I felt like I did pretty well for myself. This one, I didn't even want to do this one. I was so tired. I had so little time that I just had to do something simplistic. So I opted for this in questionnaire obligations. Because my obligation is, will I make it? And if I make it, that's good enough for me at this point. Grilled self-interrogation. I drew her because she has a simple design and she has no eyes. So, she has eyes, but they're under her hat. So, yeah. 2 eyes. Anyway, it was about okay. This one, repeat repercussions, as it says repeat. It's just the same situation as questionnaire obligations. I just didn't have a lot of time. It doesn't seem like I didn't have a lot of time because this guy has like a lot of features to him. And also I was able to add the stick. However, I assure you, I would have drawn a more pretty character, maybe a female, if I had the time. And his original design is not how you say the most handsome depiction I've ever seen in media. However, he does seem to be a nice guy. A nice old shepherd. Not old, but just a shepherd. You know what I'm saying. Anyhow, I tried making it back with this girl, this week's weekly girl. Sadly, there were quite a few issues. I gotta say, there were quite a few issues. First of all, I drew her in the exact same, next to near the exact same pose as her original concept. Normally, I flip the canvas and then I draw from scratch so that it actually straight up challenges me somewhat. This time around, I had so little wherewithal that I just kind of followed the guidelines, and then I did some rearrangements to like the pose, primarily the hands. It's supposed to be something like this, hand on hip, and then like, I don't know, something like this or something like this or something like that, something girl bossy like. Instead, I just move this down and then I put this on top of her chest. It doesn't look that flattering, and that's because I ran out of time with every drawing. Like from afar, it looks okay, especially the legs. I like the legs. The legs are like the best part, but that's because I barely changed the rhetoric on the legs. I basically just looked one for one on the legs and I just said, yeah, that looks good. And then I just kind of basically drew it again. I don't trace, of course. I look at it, I draw it over here, I put my own spin on it, that kind of thing. That's what I try to do, at least. That's why this part right here looks absolutely abhorrent. If I was tracing, this would look actually great. Anyhow, not to say that I'm of the level where you can say, oh, this guy's tracing, his skill's too good. No, of course not. Anyway, if you look really closely at the face, and I was looking really closely at the face just doesn't have that kind of youthful, kind of energetic feel. It just feels blank. It just feels really just there for the sake of being there. If you zoom out and look at it from a a ways away, it looks fine. But if you look the closer you look, the more you're like, it could be better. And now that I'm looking at it the second time around, I understand. That's why it's a prone ideal, as always. I'm gonna draw something simplistic today. Hopefully that'll go great. My hair's already gone, and it's really, really hot. May I tell you? It's been unbelievably sweltering over here in the Californias, and California is known for its wildfires, so that's no ring around the roses kind of feel. It's the thing I can't afford AC kind of feel. God's sake, and even if I did afford AC, it will put me the fuck to sleep. I need a 5-hour energy after this to be sure. Sorry to say, guys. It's just what it is. It's been a trying 2 weeks, and the fact that I had to reset the streak makes me feel unbelievably not great. So yeah, hopefully it gets better. The one chatter that left like 3 comments on over the last few videos, thanks. If you're not here this time around, it's okay. I don't have any viewers anyway. So anyway, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if anybody even got to this point. And until next time or something, I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for watching.